Hello Vinyl community, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. With this video I'm launching my new series, the 80s Singles Vault. I've been pretty nostalgic about the 80s lately. 1980 I would have been 9 years old, so the 80s were kind of my formative years. Grew up with the era of MTV that actually played music videos. Made a lasting impression on me, although a lot of these singles that I'll be talking about over this series, although it's not my favorite music, I have a soft spot for a lot of these, and like I said, it's mostly nostalgia. Something I've been thinking about for a while. I've compiled a small collection of 80s singles, and I thought I'd launch this series and start going through them in video format here with you all. And this initial episode 1 is going to be a little bit longer to get started, but then in subsequent episodes I figure I'll try to make them a little bit shorter. But I'm going into this knowing that this episode is going to be a little bit longer. Also, launching this in this video is kind of a milestone for me. It's my 300th video that I've made as the Vinylverse since I launched this channel back in March of 2018. So that's pretty cool. So 300th video and episode 1 of the 80s Singles Vault. Like I said, grew up during the 80s. MTV especially made an impression on me. I watched a lot of MTV, especially in the first half of the 80s, but all throughout the 80s. So these singles are going to cover the full decade. I might even get some that came out in '79 that were still shown on MTV, but the focus is on the 1980s. That overproduced synth echo reverb sound that we all knew and loved back in the 80s. Gonna cover a lot of different genres and stuff in this series. So let's get started with the first single I'm going to show, and it is the band Talk Talk, and this is their single Talk Talk. And from my recollection, when I first heard this song, it was off of the EP Talk Talk. So I first heard it through MTV, and it made an impression on me first when they said the song Talk Talk by the band Talk Talk off the album Talk Talk. The EP came out in 1982, and then shortly thereafter the album, The Party's Over, came out, and this was the lead-off track off of that album. This is on EMI, and this happens to be a promo. So you can see up here, stereo promo, not for sale, and same thing on the other side. So this track, Talk Talk, this track has always stuck with me. I've always loved this track. Talk Talk have had a number of hits throughout the years. After the first few albums, they kind of moved into post-rock sound. They were kind of leading the charge with that, with their last handful of albums. But early Talk Talk, kind of in that new wave, synth heavy sound coming out of the UK. So, without further ado, here is Talk Talk by the band Talk Talk off the EP Talk Talk and the album The Party Is Over. Yeah, so that was Talk Talk. Great track. I like that one a lot. Okay, so moving along, the Pretenders. The Pretenders, big 80s band led by Chrissie Hynde. Unfortunately, they lost a couple members to drug overdoses. But this is the single for Back on the Chain Gang. And this was recorded in 1982 after the death of Jim Honeymoon Scott. They actually dedicate it to him on this single here. So Back on the Chain Gang was recorded and released in 1982, but didn't appear on an album until 1984 with their third studio album called Learning to Crawl. This is a cool picture sleeve here. This is Back on the Chain Gang, back with My City Was Gone on the B-side. This is on the Sire label. On the Chain Gang. Great track by the Pretenders. The video always made an impression on me. Always enjoyed it. And here is both Back on the Chain Gang and a little bit of the B-side. My City Was Gone.
Nobody home.
So that was Back on the Chain Gang by the Pretenders. I think this reached number 5 in the US. So this is a cool single that I wanted to share. Okay, so the next single I want to talk about is the Tubes, She's a Beauty. Maybe their biggest hit, with a very popular video, MTV video. So the Tubes coming out in the mid 70s or so, kind of a proto-punk sound they had. Kind of, once they got into the 80s, kind of maybe changed to more rock and more even new wave by this time, by 1983. This was released on their album Outside Inside that came out in 1983. And She's a Beauty was a big hit for them. I think it reached number 10 on the charts, the US charts, I should say. So yeah, this is a nice picture sleeve here. This is on Capitol. And on the B side, you have When You're Ready to Come. So I recall the video getting a lot of play on MTV. Without further ado, here is She's a Beauty by the Tubes. All right, that was She's a Beauty by the Tubes. And with that, I'm going to end this video, this episode 1 of the 80s Singles Vault. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm interested very much in your feedback down in the comments. Like I said at the beginning, future episodes of this, I'm going to try to make a little shorter than this one. I know I'm going to have a lot of trouble with copyrights, with playing the full song. So as I battle through that, I'll probably just be showing some versus playing them. But I'm going to try my best to give needle drops in every episode, because I think they're great songs to revisit and reminisce about. I know I've been having a lot of fun listening to these, and I'm happy to have a bit of a collection of these 80s singles. So hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Again, I'd love to hear your feedback down below or comments. So please do that, because I love that interaction, and I want feedback for this. If there's anything you think I could do better or do differently, or if you enjoyed seeing the songs or hearing the songs that I played. So that is going to do it. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everybody's well, and I will see you next time I make a video, which hopefully won't be too long. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care now. Bye.